All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're stepping into the middle of a high stakes showdown in John chapter 8. This is a head on collision between ultimate, divine authority and the full force of religious law. Let's get right into the scene. Now, just a quick heads up before we get started. This is a research overview, so we always encourage you to take this and verify everything against the primary biblical text itself. Our job here is just to help paint the picture and lay out the arguments. Everything, I mean everything, in this passage hinges on this one monumental claim. It's a statement that doesn't just break the morning quiet, it lands like a bombshell and ignites an absolute firestorm. To really feel the impact of what he's saying, we have to go there. So let's try to visualize the exact moment this all goes down. So picture it. It's dawn in Jerusalem. The early morning sun is just starting to hit the massive, brilliant white stones of the temple. But don't think for a second this is a peaceful, quiet morning. No, the air is thick with tension. This is the immediate aftermath of a very public, very bitter confrontation. And the context here is absolutely crucial. As Matthew Henry's commentary points out, Jesus shows up early to teach, which was pretty normal for him. A crowd starts to gather, but the atmosphere is hostile. See, a group of scribes and Pharisees had just tried to trap him with the woman caught in adultery, and they were completely humiliated. Most of them have slunk away in shame, but a few have stuck around, and you better believe they're looking for payback. And it's into that powder keg of an atmosphere that Jesus makes his move. He drops a declaration that takes this whole encounter from a petty legal squabble to something cosmic. And look, this isn't just some nice poetry, no way. As gotquestions.org explains, this is a direct I am statement. That is an unmistakable, explicit claim to be God. He is declaring himself the one and the only source of spiritual truth for every single human being, completely erasing the lines between Jew and Gentile, educated and uneducated. In a sermon he gave, John Piper really unpacks just how staggering this claim is. He lays out 4 implications. First, Jesus is the only light, which means everything else is just darkness. Second, everyone, no exceptions, needs this light. Third, the entire world was actually created for this light. And fourth, this light will one day finally and completely destroy all darkness. I mean, it is an absolute, all-encompassing, universal claim. So, how do the Pharisees who are left standing react? Well, they don't even touch the theology of it. They don't want to go there. Instead, they spot what they think is a tactical opening, and they launch a very calculated, very precise legal attack designed to trap him. And right here, the clash is crystal clear. On one side, you have this infinite divine claim, I am the light. And on the other, you have a procedural legalistic objection. You're testifying about yourself. Your testimony isn't valid. They're literally trying to shrink a cosmic truth down to fit into the box of a human courtroom. So why this specific charge? Was it just a random accusation? Oh no. Not even close. This was a meticulously laid trap. Because you see, they're using Jesus' own words against him. Matthew Henry's commentary points out that they're remembering something Jesus said in a totally different debate back in John chapter 5. They're ripping it out of its original context and weaponizing it, thinking they've caught him in a clear contradiction. They think, gotcha. But Jesus doesn't walk into the trap. He doesn't even flinch. Instead, he completely sidesteps it and then dismantles it by reframing the entire legal reality of the moment. The reformer John Calvin really gets to the heart of Jesus' defense here. Jesus basically argues that the normal rules of testimony, the rules that apply to regular people, they just don't apply to him. He's arguing from a position that, as Calvin so perfectly puts it, excludes himself from the ordinary rank of men. He lays out this masterful 3-point rebuttal. First, he asserts his divine origin and destination, a knowledge they just don't have. Second, he disqualifies their judgment entirely, telling them you judge by human standards. And third, he meets their legal demand head-on by producing a second witness. In this whole legal fight, it really comes down to a single number: 2. In Jewish law, you needed 2 witnesses. That was the magic number to establish a testimony as true. So he invokes their own law of Moses against them. He says, in your own law, it is written that the testimony of 2 witnesses is true. And then he delivers the final move. I am one who testifies for myself. My other witness is the Father who sent me. He meets their legal standard. All right, but he does it on a divine level that they absolutely cannot touch.
The whole confrontation just sort of ends. There's no resolution, it's a standoff. His enemies are silenced. They have no comeback for his logic, but you know they are absolutely seething. And yet, they are completely powerless to do anything about it.
The text closes out this incredible scene with these chilling words, and they reveal that despite all the hatred, despite the clever legal traps, there is another, higher authority at play here. And that's when you realize this was never just a theological debate. It's a raw, real-time demonstration of divine sovereignty. Jesus is standing there, surrounded by men who want to kill him, and they can't lift a finger. They are totally restrained by a divine timetable. It shows that the ultimate power in the universe isn't religious law, it's not human anger, it's the unshakable, predetermined plan of God. His hour is what's running the show, not their hatred. This whole scene really leaves us with a profound question to wrestle with, doesn't it? What does it truly mean for the ultimate authority in the universe to be challenged by our human systems, our laws, and our religion, and yet to remain utterly and completely sovereign over all of it?